Inspire show. As always, I always want to give God all the honor, praise, and glory for all that He has blessed us with. And so today we have a special guest on the show, and we will be talking about gun violence in our community, right? And so the special thing about this very guest that we have is that he is doing some amazing things for the community. And I am inspired and I am touched by his mission and his vision for the community. And I am honored to have him on the show so he can share with the community. And I would like to welcome Brother Perry Bradley to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Okay, so you know what? We have such an amazing audience. And I would like for you to tell our audience just a little bit more about yourself, or just let them know who Perry really is.
Well, I'm an old country boy from Bishopville, South Carolina. Went to Clemson University, pledged Kappa, so I just fast forwarding through everything. After I got out of college, I saw a need in the community to serve. And as a Kappa, we've always been, taught that achievement through all means. So we always are doing something just different or something, inspiring in the community. Well, we started BBC, which is Building Better Communities, as a nonprofit that was just trying to do the little things to make a difference in lives of just in a small, minute way. We would go and clean up neighborhoods, pick up trash, clean up highways and things like that. Until I think maybe 2 years into it, there was an incident. We were at a family function, and my cousin Devin Taylor left the function to go to the store and never returned. Wow. While we were at the function, we found out that Devin was down the street, had just gotten pulled over by a state trooper. So, at first we didn't think nothing of it, but then it got later and later. So finally somebody said, y'all need to come down the street. And less than a mile away, Devin had just been shot by a state trooper, unarmed, killed by a white trooper. And, it started from there. My family was filled with anger because that was right around the time when you start seeing a lot of African Americans killed by white cops, unarmed at that. But then I met Sheriff Lott, and he was able to help us kind of get through what actually happened and try to understand what was going on. Now, there's no excuse to me for anybody to be killed unarmed. I think, the weapon you use should really fit the situation. But at the same time, I learned that there were certain things that could have been done to prevent all of this in the first place. So my new mission was to empower our community and educate our young men and women on how not to be in that situation again. Right. So BBC was started. We started that mission of gun violence and empowering our community. And one of the biggest things we found was we have so much anger and so much built up in us that we're just different breeds. Sometimes we come off just differently. And so one of the things is we have to start teaching our young men and women how to do the simplest things, like how to behave during a traffic stop. But then we also have to reach out to law enforcement and let them know who we are so they understand who they're dealing with, and they can treat us in a manner in which we're expected to be treated. If one person has an attitude, another person has a chip on the shoulder, that's an issue that we can't deal with. So what we did was we started trying to bridge that gap between law enforcement and our communities. And one of the biggest things that we see is that our communities are hurting.
Right.
We're hurting for so many different reasons, whether it's racism, poverty, all of the above, things that are really holding us back.
The trees were gone, and I saw the calming and the coolness of the water. I experienced peace. And that's just how life is. If we follow the leader, we don't have to go through troubles. We don't have to go through struggles. We don't have to deal with all the mess that we put on ourselves. Just if we follow the leader, just if we go the right path, just if we go the right way, God will lead us to a place where you can experience peace. I don't know about you, but I need peace in my life.
Welcome to Heroes and Dragons. We are the largest comic book store here in Columbia, South Carolina. We have everything you need from comic books to graphic novels. We are located at 1807 Bushrue Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 29210. Our phone number is 803-731-4376. Once again, that is 803-731-4376. Come on down to Heroes and Dragons. We have everything you need.
First up, I want to call Sheriff LOTT. He's a busy man, so he has to leave. You want to go to the stage or that? And the reason why I'm calling Sheriff LOTT is because the reason we did this summit is because of his call to action, him and Chief Holbrook. So what we want to do now is I want to hear a few words from him because I know he has to go.
Thank you, Perry. Chief Holbrook's out of town. That's why he's not here. Captain Chris White is here representing him. We stand as a united team. We did call out the community and say the community need to be involved in the violence that we've got, that it's not a law enforcement problem, it is a community problem. And you being here today is a result of that. So I just want to thank you. It's a start. We got to start somewhere. It doesn't matter if one person shows up today. That's one person we can save. So let's continue to work together. Let's continue to pray together. Let's continue to do everything that we can to make sure that we protect our young people. That's where we've got a lot of our problems with violence with young people, but it's also everybody. It's a gun violence problem that we've got nationwide. I hear from police chiefs and sheriffs across the United States, and it's the same story. So we've got problems, but I will tell you, we're not as bad as some places. And the reason why we're not as bad as some places is because of what you see right here today. You don't have this in a lot of cities and towns and counties. You do not have people working together that look different, come from different backgrounds. You will not get them all in a room together with one common cause, and that's to prevent violence. We have that in Columbia. Columbia is different. We are different. And let's continue to make sure that we stay different from these other places and that we continue to work together. So I just appreciate everybody that's out here today, all the vendors, all the community leaders, all those running for elected office. These are the people you represent. So, talk to them, make sure you know where they stand on different issues. If they're for gun violence, they don't need to get elected, okay? And I can tell you the ones that are here are not for that. So, but again, just thank you for being here. Let's continue to work together. So I think Chris White wants to say a word too.
Very brief. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having us. And the sheriff is on point. Gun violence is a tragedy. One person shot is a person that should not have been shot. Reach out to your community officers. Attend the community meetings. Call the police, the sheriff department if you see something. You can do it anonymously. Make contact, build a rapport with your law enforcement officers, your school resource officers. Everything is out there. We have Crime Stoppers, but as the sheriff said, and I know this for a fact, the chief and sheriff talks on a daily basis, if not every other day. Myself and other members of his department talk every day or every other day, and then we deal with our outside partners, our law enforcement partners, because we're in this together, particularly for the state of South Carolina. So any gun we get off the street is a success, but we need your help. We can't do it by ourselves. So have a blessed day, continue to encourage, and we're here for you.
And I want to give a good shout out to Perry and BBC. They do care about this community. They're not doing it just for the notoriety or getting their name in the paper or something. They do it because they really care. Everybody's part of BBC, cares about this community. So it's a great group who is working to make our community safe. So Perry and everybody who's part of BBC, which I am part of BBC too, thank you for being part of this great effort. Thank you, Perry.
Let's give it up for these wonderful guys.
Yeah, so that's exactly when and why you started all this, right?
Yes, because
Wow.
we saw the need, and it was so important. It came out of a tragic event, but what happened was it taught us, and we learned. We learned through the pain, through the suffering, we learned. And if you don't, that old saying said, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
That's right.
And that's one of the things that happens. All the things in my life that didn't kill me, because I could have been gone a long time ago. I've been shot. It was an accidental shooting, but I've been shot. I could have been gone. I've been carjacked in Atlanta.
But God spared your life
God
for you
spared
to
my
tell
life,
this
yeah.
story make a difference in somebody's life.
Yes, I've been in situations where people around me have gotten murdered. I've been in situations where I've seen, people shooting at one another. I've been in the midst of it all. Brother in jail for 10 years for drugs. Just got out, love him to death. But, I've seen every aspect of it. So it molds me and builds me to who I am.
That's right. And that's the thing with life, right? The challenges, the trials and tribulations, everything that we go through, it molds us and it makes us, stronger and makes us who we are. As a matter of fact, like with me, it humbled, me with everything that I've been through, and I'm sure it's the same for you. So I want to ask you this. So what has been your biggest challenge, dealing with grassroots organizations?
To be honest, our people. I've had to fight, not literally fight, but I deal with the constant struggle or you're not black because you deal with police. You're a sellout because you deal with police. You're not one of us and you're not from here. They really don't know my story and they really don't know or understand why I do what I do. But at the same time, I understand where they come from, but I still have to be able to say, hey, I still want to help you, brother. I still want to help you, sister, regardless of what you've done. So my biggest challenge, honestly, is getting our people to understand that this is something we need in our community. If not, we're going to be destitute for failure.
Welcome to Heroes and Dragons. We are the largest comic book store here in Columbia, South Carolina. We have everything you need from comic books to graphic novels. We are located at 1807 Bushrell Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 29210. Our phone number is 803-731-4376. Once again, that is 803-731-4376. Come on down to Heroes and Dragons. We have everything you need.
So we have probably over 200 volunteers.
Oh, wow.
For the 10 years we've been doing this, and the good thing about BBC is it's a revolving door. So you can volunteer today, don't volunteer tomorrow, and then come back and volunteer another day. So we have that growth. Now we do have that core group. I have my wife, I have Melvin Wittenberg, I have Willie, Kennedy, he's one of the ones that helps us. We have a core group that's always doing the work, but then we also have great volunteers and great relationships. Like if you see here, our community culture project.
I was waiting for my shirt.
Yeah, that's but that's a list of all the people who've worked with us throughout the years. We always count on the mayor. Mayor Benjamin is great. Sheriff Lott, Chief Holbrook, Solicitor Byron. They are all great people who team up with us. Prisma just joined us. We work with moms. So it's a lot of organizations that we work with, and every event we've ever had, we've always had a great collaboration.
I love what you say about, everyone loving one another. Not only for everyone to love one another, but everyone needs to work together.
Yes.
Because like these days, especially like with the pandemic, everybody's having their own ways, but I believe that when everybody work together as one, one peace, one love, one family, then hey, everybody should be happy, right?
Everybody, but it's not gonna be that way. It's not gonna be that way at all. Like we said, I told you before, our biggest problem is one another. Other organizations always bringing each other down. If somebody does something for one, then you go back complaining to that person, then they stop doing it for everybody. So, we've got to learn to get together. We've got to learn how to share the wealth. We've got to learn how to grow as a people.
Yeah, and I do believe in that, like growing together as a team, as one, but then it should always starts from within. Every organization should, always work together and have that willingness to work, with other people, because if you don't have that willingness, if you don't have that drive, within your heart to, try to help the other person, then it's just, there's no point in helping when you're already complaining, right?
Yeah, you can't fake it. That's one thing you can't fake.
Right.
When CNN came down and asked me, they called me and they said, who would you recommend us talk to? And I could have just kept it BBC and all my,
Right.
but no, I told them who to talk to. I went to the Lester Youngs, I went to the moms, I went to everyone.
Right.
They talked to everybody. Great article. I'll share it with you, but it's a great article, and it's not focused on BBC. It's focused on the community, Richland County, and how we could fix and make it better.
And that's the thing I love about it, and just like, what you said, when you was asked by CNN, and it wasn't about you, it was about the people who helped you through.
Yes,
And,
always.
And like I said, the people on the show, it makes the show. It's y'all that makes the show. So I just want to say thank you again for your yes to be on the show, and I believe in my heart that your organization has touched many lives and will reach many more. And I just want to say thank you to you and your organization for what you are doing for the community. So how can our audience connect with you with your social media?
It's very simple. You can go to our website, which is bbconline.org. Once again, www.bbconline.org. All of our connects are there. You can get our phone number. You can
Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter,
okay.
Instagram. I even started TikTok, LinkedIn. Now my LinkedIn is my personal, but I need to make it for the business. But it does associate with the business. But yeah, so it's exciting. I'm old school.
Okay.
So all this new modern technology, I got to get some young people involved so that we can get it. So I can do my TikTok
I'm
videos.
old too. Yeah, so once again, thank you all for tuning in, and get ready for the next episode of the Pele Inspire Show. And as my guiding philosophy in life is, stay humble, stay positive, stay strong, and always stay encouraged. Thank you.
Trees were gone, and I saw the calming and the coolness of the water. I experienced peace. And that's just how life is. If we follow the leader, we don't have to go through troubles. We don't have to go through struggles. We don't have to deal with all the mess that we put on ourselves. Just if we follow the leader, just if we go the right path, just if we go the right way, God will lead us to a place where you can experience peace. I don't know about you, but I need peace in my life.
Welcome back to the Pele Inspire Show, and I am honored to have our very next special guest on the show, who is not only a great friend of mine, my sister from another mister, a friendship of 7-8 years?
It's been a while.
Yes. And we always believe that God always allowed people to cross paths for a reason. And I'm honored to have her on the show because she is from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
And when we met, she has been doing some amazing things for the community. And that's, like I say all the time, that's what the Pele Inspire Show is all about. It's about the guests on the show. And I would like for her to share with the community and share with the world how she came from Ghana to here and making a living and making a difference, not only in our community, but in the world. And she has made a difference in my life as well. And she's an entrepreneur. She's an amazing woman of God. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is my sister, Serwa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an amazing journey that I've seen you grow from afar. I think we met on Columbia International Festival.
Yes.
And that was 7-8 years ago. So it's been an amazing journey for both of us, actually. I'm honored to be here and on your show. I know you're going to go higher to do greater things, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for inspiring me and also inspiring the community to use our gifts. I believe we all have talent, we all have purpose on this earth, so I'm glad you're living yours and you're inspiring others to live yours. So, about me, as she mentioned, I am originally from Ghana, West Africa. I've been in the US for a little over 20 years. I did come here as a student many years ago. And of course, when I got to the US, just like any international student, I wanted to go to school. I wanted to find a good job and take care of my family. But as time went on, I felt the need to live my potential, which was to be part of the community. And I think that was one of the things that inspired me to join the International Festival. It gives you an opportunity to meet different people. As international students coming 20 years ago, I was coming into a world where I knew nobody. This was new to me. The weather, the food, everything was new to me. So being alone here was very challenging. And so I wanted to be in a position where I'll be able to help others that come in my position as well. And so yes, I do have a business called Afric-Style Initiatives. Afric-Style promotes the African culture through fashion and food, which means we do custom-made clothing and accessories, and these clothing are made here in the US. Some are made in Ghana, South Africa, and also in Kenya by young entrepreneurs that our business sponsor and help to provide sustainability for their families. And so with my clothing and textiles or clothing and accessories, I do organize fashion shows twice a year, which I have one July the 31st from 3 to 6 p.m. And it's always the first weekend in February for Black History Month and the last Saturday in July for back to school. And funds that comes through my platform goes back into the community or goes back to support.
The trees were gone, and I saw the calming and the coolness of the water. I experienced peace. And that's just how life is. If we follow the leader, we don't have to go through troubles. We don't have to go through struggles. We don't have to deal with all the mess that we put on ourselves. Just if we follow the leader, just if we go the right path, just if we go the right way, God will lead us to a place where you can experience peace. I don't know about you, but I need peace in my life.
Welcome to Heroes and Dragons. We are the largest comic book store here in Columbia, South Carolina. We have everything you need from comic books to graphic novels. We are located at 1807 Bushroo Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 29210. Our phone number is 803-731-4376. Once again, that is 803-731-4376. Come on down to Heroes and Dragons. We have everything you need.
So I am excited.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm honored and I'm truly blessed for you to have me as your guest speaker. And I just thank God really because, he just blessed me to do what he had called me to do. Mm-hmm. And so like the same for you. And so that's what I want our audience to know, that this is a fierce woman of God, that she is doing a lot for the community, and she is have that servant's heart to give back to the community. And I just want you to know that you are appreciated. I'm grateful, to know you not only as a friend, as my sister, and just the person that you are, because I love people just like you do too. And to give back to our community is something that I believe many should do, because when we all come together as one, when we all come together as a community, then hey, we will have a better community and we will be living in a better world, right? But so as the humble servant that you are and the entrepreneur that you are, what are your final thoughts? Like a positive you know, your positive nuggets, you know, for someone who's out there trying to make it through. You know, what would be your advice, you know, to them?
Well, I'll tell any business owner or somebody who is trying to go into business, it doesn't get any easier. But you have to know the reason and your purpose of going into a business. It's not always just about the money. Sometimes it's about the impact that you're going to have on the community or on people. So with that, knowing your purpose and your drive, always focus on that. And when it gets hard, just focus on, okay, how am I going to impact people, or what's this causing in the community? Like I said, it doesn't get easier, but keep pushing, because at the end of the tunnel, it's always a light and a victory. So don't give up.
Yes, I love that. You know, and it's very important for everyone to know their purpose, you know, and especially when you know your why, and when your why is big and when your why is strong enough to push you through, then let me tell y'all something. Don't give up. Don't give in. And quitting is not an option. You can do this. You know, anyone can do it. If God brought us through this far in life, I promise you, He will do the same thing for you. So I would like for you to let our audience know, how can they reach you with your social media, with Instagram? Share with them how they can, you know, be in contact with you, because I am sure that they would love to be connected with you in what you are doing for the community.
Of course, my clothing and accessory business is online. It's www.mindafricstyleinitiatives.com. We are on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Afric Style Initiatives. And my number is 803-281-0468. Or you can just email us africstyleinitiatives@gmail.com. Thank you.
All right. So thank you again for tuning in to the Pellet Inspire Show, hosted by the amazing Just Because We Care. And I am grateful to be your host of the show. And as my guiding philosophy in life is to stay humble, stay positive, stay strong, and always stay encouraged.
The trees were gone, and I saw the calming and the coolness of the water. I experienced peace. And that's just how life is. If we follow the leader, we don't have to go through troubles. We don't have to go through struggles. We don't have to deal with all the mess that we put on ourselves. Just if we follow the leader, just if we go the right path, just if we go the right way, God will lead us to a place where you can experience peace. I don't know about you, but I need peace in my life.
On behalf of Just Because We Care, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Get ready for the next episode. In the meantime, always remember, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.